What's up nail friends? Today I'm going to be showing you guys how I achieved this rose gold and turquoise stone set of gel nails. So I wanted to start getting up some gel tutorials for you guys. So I went to Arts Desire and they generously provided me with all this Light Elegance builder gel. So I've got some pinks, some natural fiber, one step, cool gel, and all that. So I played around with this stuff before doing the set to find out what I liked best. And then I'm going to show you guys how I achieved this set using some of these. So I'm going to continue to do hard gel videos in the future. So I have a lot here to go through. So if there's anything you'd like to see using any of this stuff from Light Elegance, please let me know in the comment section before I move on to a different brand. Okay, so let's jump into this set. To start, I'm prepping her nails by pushing back the skin and scraping the cuticle off her nail plate. I'm using a cuticle bit here to help remove some of that skin off the plate. I will have everything I've used in the description box, so make sure to check there. To help get more of the cuticle off the plate and remove the shine, I'm just using a fine sanding band on a super low level. This is literally just to take the shine off. Then you're going to want to remove the dust. Make sure to really remove the dust. Wipe all the dust off. Dust causes lifting. Then I'm just prepping these nails with dehydrator and applying my Light Elegance forms. You're just going to want to slide this under and make sure it fits perfectly, and if it doesn't, make sure to cut it to fit your client's nail. Then I'm going to be applying primer. The one I'm using is Tack, but they also have Power Bond, Air Bond, and Vita Prime. To build the nail onto the form, I decided to use one step. So this one is the runniest viscosity out of all they have. For the brush, I'm using Light Elegance number 4 oval. I did try the number 4 flat brush, and I definitely preferred the oval over the flat brush. So now I'm taking a little bit of that on my brush and I'm placing it where the free edge meets the form. Then I'm just creating my almond shape. This doesn't need to be perfect. It can be lumpy and bumpy because it's going to be filed before we apply color. Just make sure that you get into the sidewalls. I'm giving this a cure. You may need to do some small flash cures to avoid a heat spike, and then I'm just removing that form. Then I'm going in with one step again at the cuticle area and just covering that nail as a small base coat of clear. Try to get close to the cuticle and sidewalls without touching the skin. Give that a few flash cures and a full cure to avoid heat spike. And now I'm using the Light Elegance cleanser to just wipe off any tacky layer before I'm filing that. So now I'm just taking a 100 to 180 grit hand file and shaping these before applying any color or anything else. I always like to make sure that I have the perfect shape before starting my sets in order to have minimal finish filing at the end. When I'm happy with the shape, I remove all the dust and then cleanse the nail again with cleanser. The rose gold I chose was Light Elegance French Press. This is such a nice color. First time I saw it, I was like, I need that. So I'm just applying a big blob on her ring finger, and I'm going to be doing this on 3 of her nails. And then I'm just applying it near the cuticle area and just kind of floating it down the nail. I'm turning my brush sideways when I go into the sidewalls. Now I'm just coming back and pushing that up towards the cuticle area. Don't touch the skin. I'm just trying to make it nice and even. When I'm happy with that, I gave that a cure, and then I repeated the process on the other nails that I wanted the rose gold on. Now I'm going to be doing a turquoise stone nail, so I'm using Jack and Jill. This is just a nice turquoise kind of color. And I'm applying this on her pinky and her pointer finger. So I took a little blob here and I'm just doing one coat to start. So I'm putting a little bit further back from the cuticle and then floating this down to the nail to try to make it all full even coverage. And then I grab a little bit more onto my brush to try to push it up towards the cuticle area. And then I'm turning my brush sideways to get into the sidewalls. I'm just repeating that process on her pointer finger as well. If you make any mistakes at the sidewalls, you can take a clean gel brush and clean it up. So now I'm just applying a second coat so that I can try to get it closer to the cuticle area and make sure that it's nice and even. But it's not really going to matter because I am going to be doing a turquoise kind of design on top. So it's going to hide any shadowing or anything like that. But I just wanted to make sure I got a nicer cuticle area. So now I'm taking some brown gel polish, you can use any brand you want, and a tiny art brush. So if you don't have a tiny art brush like this, just use any art brush and cut the bristles to create just one little bristle. And I'm just drawing some lines along the nail. Now I'm using my Selena Ryden Signature Series brush set in block and some cleanser to dull that line out. Give that a cure, and now I'm using light Elegance buttercream in black tie to do more lines on this nail. So I'm using that tiny art brush again, and I'm just drawing tiny lines. I just looked up turquoise stone on Pinterest and kind of did the lines in a pattern that I saw on one of those photos. I found when doing this that the buttercreams were a little bit more watery than I like, so I just made sure to flash cure whenever I was happy with a line so that it didn't spread apart and make the line thicker. So now I've mixed some cleanser and black together to kind of dull those lines up too and create more dimension. Make sure to flash cure whenever you're happy with part of your design so that if you do make a mistake, you can wipe off the mistake and not completely destroy all the progress you made and ruin everything. So I flash cure often, and then I continue to do lines and blur out those lines and so on. Once I'm happy with that, I gave that a cure, and now I'm moving on to build up these nails and create my apex. So I decided to use cool gel. So first I'm doing a slip layer. This just helps your gel go where it's supposed to go. And then I'm picking up a big blob of that cool gel and placing it on the nail and kind of going back and forth to cover up the nail and create most of the gel right in the center of the nail, which will create the strength and the apex. So this is super hot and creates a massive heat spike. So I took some tips from Selena Ryden when she posted a video showing how to avoid the heat spike with cool gel. So I'll post that down in the description box and you guys can see how that was done in order to help your client avoid the heat spike. Another way to get your apex nice is to flip your client's hand around and look under and try to build it that way. You can't really see, but I kind of gave you guys a little view there of how I did it. Once all those nails have been cured, I'm just going in and cleansing them. For finish filing, I'm going in with a 100 to 180 grit hand file, and I'm just fixing the shape around the edge, and then I'm going over the whole nail, trying to make sure it's even. I decided to just use a hand file and not an e-file because gel is super soft and super easy to file, and I didn't want to file into my design. So now I'm just coming in with a white buffing block to buff the top of these nails to make sure there's no harsh scratches. And then making sure to remove all the dust and cleanse the nail again. I was going to make all the nails shiny, but decided last minute to make the turquoise nails matte. So I applied a matte top coat on those, and then I'm using Light Elegance Super Shiny on the rose gold nails. Give that a cure, and here is the finished result. Rose gold and turquoise stone nails. I hope you guys like this little tutorial, and let me know down below what you'd like to see next, what brands you'd like me to test out, and if there's any gel designs you'd like to see. So let me know down below. Don't forget to share, like, comment, and subscribe. Click the notification bell to be notified for when I post, and keep your nails long and your glitter strong.